Episode 179. Komoi has gotten sick of standing around, listening to the music. The music is nice enough, but it's the standing around that she's gotten sick of. She suddenly feels very flighty. She just wants to run around without stopping. So what if she did that? What if instead the usual sprinting around she just kept going? Jogging is now in the game. It's the day of patch 7.2 basically. One of these features that they added was, well basically after you sprint, you get the normal sprint for 20 seconds. 20 seconds outside of battle, I think 10 seconds in battle or something. And then if you're out of battle, as soon as that timer runs out, your sprint is replaced with the indefinite jogging. Slightly different animation, just kind of slightly faster than walking, but it's a nice way to get around when you're not in battle, I guess. A little bit more hurried than a walk, or whatever you would call this, the not jogging, bounding, or whatever. And then there's the normal walk too. And then there's also peloton, which is something that these ranged GPS classes have, but I'm not sure how this actually compares to jogging. It might actually be the same thing, rendering peloton useless, maybe? The whole purpose of this ability is to give your entire team a slightly faster than bounding sprint speed, like a jogging speed, before jogging was introduced. So now this is all useless, I think, because anyone can just activate their own jogging. Although I guess the only thing would be if you're coming out of a battle, your sprint might be on cooldown or something, so you could activate this for your teammates or something. Or you could just make it so that your teammates don't have to click the buttons themselves and activate it for them with peloton. But then it only lasts 30 seconds. Are they going to rework peloton? Maybe, maybe not. The point is, we can now sprint, but also importantly, or rather we can now jog, but importantly we can also summon mounts while walking. We've had the technology for this in the game, they've just now implemented it. Most cast bars in the game just cancel when you start moving, but they took it off for mounts. Those aren't the biggest updates in 7.2, the biggest updates would be the actual story stuff and upcoming things like cosmic exploration and even, what's that other thing? The Shades Triangle? A big endeavor like, what are those things called? The Baldessian Arsenal? No, not Baldessian Arsenal, the Eureka. All of Eureka, or like the other one, whose name escapes me, Bosja. Those two forms of gameplay, which are just kind of huge battlefronts or something like that. All the things that I can't actually get to on Komoi here, just things I'm excited for on my main character, that I can't really get to until I actually finish recording today's episode. I was a little bit late in recording and maintenance was taking all of my time, or taking too long to actually let me get to recording. I'm here now though, and I'm also wasting time recording talking about nothing. I should really get to it. We've asked to enjoy our Nonka flesh. Have you been out hunting yet? It might be a little bit rotten, just because it's been a couple of days since I last recorded. Another gift for the vase, so unexpected. Yes. You will have more of the words you strange hunters hunger for. Listen now. The senses of the one mind are enmeshed by the overmind. What one sees, all sees. What one feels, all feel. Alert a singleness, and the whole hire is alerted. To reach our God undetected is all but impossible. All but impossible. Why did my mind say unimpossible? Must have been combining undetected with impossible. The Vassal want to allude to certain concepts without explanation, but I believe I'm beginning to grasp a few of the fundamentals. From what I understand, the king-like overmind sits at the center of Nass society, and its presence somehow allows its subjects to communicate without need of word or gesture. These Nass, the ones who inhabit the larger hive, are known as the One Mind, and it was by their combined will that the Primal was summoned. Those who reside in the smaller hive, however, are the Vass, or the Non-Mind, who, for reasons that yet escape me, seem to have been excluded from the telepathic bond which connects their Nass counterparts. Thus are the Vass ignorant of the One Mind's thoughts and intentions, and of the nature of their own god. In summary, we have wasted our time. Not so. Perilous though it may be, the Vass did furnish us with one certain method of approaching the Primal, as sacrifices. Should we allow ourselves to be captured in the environs of the colony, the Nass will bring us before their deity to make an offering of our souls. Sounds like a great idea. A great idea will definitely do, in a second. I was double checking which quests are quest chains, or part of the quest chain from the Aether Current quest we did here, and it's these two. I'm gonna do these first. Or am I? No, wait. It makes more sense to do these at the end of the episode when I'm trying to fit them into the episode, like in the last 5 minutes or something. If I start on a main quest thing and it takes too long, then I'll end up going over on time. But those little side quests are much more easily, well, flexible, I guess. We'll do this first. Forgive me, but let us be clear about what it is that you propose. Do you mean to say that you would deliberately provoke the Nass, surrender yourself into what might generously be termed their custody, and then wait until their god arrives to claim your soul? Aye, that fairly well describes my plan. You will join me in this endeavor, will you not, Komoi? I guess it is the first thing that we did when we were fighting a primal. Like, it wasn't our plan, but when we were fighting Ifrit, we were captured as sacrifices ourselves and brought directly to Ifrit, but that was kind of a dire scenario. I guess we're doing it on our own terms this time. Judging by the great risks you took to prevent the summoning of Saint Shiva, you are not a woman to err on this side of caution. That's true. Well, that I could fight at your side, Warrior of Light. But the power of the dragon is no protection against primal influence. Forgive me, but I must remain here with Master Alphinaud. Then it is settled. Komoi, you and I shall challenge the guards at the entrance to the colony. Once the hive is roused, we shall feign a brief show of resistance, and then allow them to take us prisoner. Justinian's words stung me more than I care to admit. Twould seem I have begun to take your victories for granted. Do be cautious, my friend. Okay, yeah. It was actually like a moment. It was like one of those humbling moments that they're trying to write in for Alphinaud at this point in the story. And I guess I appreciate it. I would be curious to test my lance against a beast tribe's god, but I cannot risk falling under its sway. Tell me of the battle upon your return, Warrior of Light. Yeah, you guys just hang out here. Do some side quests or something. Meanwhile, I am going to sprint, and then activate my mount, because I can do that now. Gonna be a little bit of a trek to the hive. Just a bit. The story in 7.2 is starting to pick up. I mean, it already picked up in 7.1 a bit, but What they introduced in 7.1 is now being expanded upon in 7.2. Plus there's a raid, the next tier of the Arcadion, which is great. I love the Arcadian. Arcadion? Arcadian. I think it's Arcadion? Arcadion. Gotta work on my glamour for the Arcadion, on my main character. I have something set up, but I could do a little bit better. Gotta match the vibe of the raid we're going into. And here we are. Ready to become sacrifices, I guess. Actually, we're about to enter a trial, right? That's not really a spoiler. Hopefully I can find people quickly. Everyone's here just probably doing the 7.2 stuff, right? Hello? Intruders, your lives are forfeit. Actually, I had to talk to him. Usually the purple thing is like an indicator for automatically triggering. Okay, we are going to become willing sacrifices, but we have to make it look good, I guess. Actually, it could be that there are enough people that just are playing the game during 7.2 that it'll actually increase my chances of finding people for the raid, or for the trial. Maybe. The Overmind must by now be aware of our intrusion. Let us press on into the hive, and ensure that we have our host's undivided attention. Lead the way. It's interesting that we actually have a companion that can join us for shenanigans like this with the primals, because she also has the echo and is therefore not under influence. She can't actually join us for the trial, not really. But I'm curious to see how this actually plays out if she's not going to join us for the trial. This guy can't believe what she did to these guys. He's so stunned he can't move. Leave these drones to me. We can join forces again once we are deeper within the colony. Alright? Then I will take on these ones over here. These ones. Any more? There's more. Activate heat. Oh, did I aggro? Oops. This one isn't part of the story, so he has more HP. Damn it. I aggro too many. Where's the next quest? Oh wait, I have to fight these guys actually. They're part of the story. Oh, this guy. Targeting the wrong guy. Almost died there. Get out here. In case we need your healing. You're not influenced by primals, right? Primals don't want to take over a chocobo. Actually, that's a good question. Does tempering work on animals? Probably not, right? Yeah, just the same thing. Going further in, I guess. What's like the RP way to go further in? I guess this way since the enemies were this way. Or what? What's the way down? Like normally. Without breaking your ankles. Is it actually... Oh, I see. Damn it. I was just about to mount. Unfortunately, you still can't mount if you're aggroing. And you probably never will be able to. Oh, And I forgot about this. Good thing I went this way. Yeah, it seems like you're just supposed to spiral downwards along this ramp as part of the quest. Now this guy's gonna take a while. Activate that. And damn it. This other guy. I just want the Aether Current. Killer Queen bites the dust. Alright, now the actual people we have to fight. I'm like 5 levels above these guys and they're still all over me. We really are fighting our way into the hive. Damn it, I attacked the wrong guy. Should have noticed my icon wasn't over the right guy. Okay, this time target the right guy. Now please, no more interruptions. I want to get to 7.2. That should be sufficient. If we did not have our host's full attention before, we must surely have it now. Our audience with the primal may be granted soon after our capture. Pray advise me once you have steeled your mind for the battle to come. In a moment, Isil. Do I have the map here? We're missing the middle. We'll probably head down further, right? Yeah, I'm just going to assume. Don't want to jump down there, aggro a bunch of enemies, come back here, and then find out we actually go down there as part of the main quest. And actually, what are these little areas? There's even a side quest. I can probably guess what that is. Awakened. Probably some guy that's going to go join the Vask because he realized he doesn't want to be part of the One Mind. I'm not sure if I've ever been in those side rooms. So maybe I'll just take a quick peek. Not for the side quest, just to look. Is it just gonna be a cave? That might be obvious, but like what's inside the cave? Just more houses. Interesting that they have houses inside the caves though. I guess you do want your own room, even though you're still like inside a cave or something, right? Well, I'd say that, but these guys are the One Mind. They don't want their own rooms, do they? Alright. We'll maybe come back for that guy's side quest later. That one seems more interesting than standard fare side quest, I guess. And here we are. It's the trial. You can tell because you can see the primal in the picture. You are prepared then? Yeah, I'd say so. Hold here, Komoi. When next the Nest come, we offer no resistance. We're surrounded. There's no way out of this. Surrender, intruders. There is no escape. When you're right, you're right. We surrender. Enough. We surrender. We throw ourselves upon the mercy of your God. It'd be fun if they could have like a tying us up animation and carrying us on their backs or something. Way too much work though, obviously. They seem eager to proceed. Good. When they take us before their lord, pray leave matters to me. If what I know of summoning rituals holds true, I will be well placed to act. Mark the sound of the river rushing through the ravine behind us. Passing loud, is it not? I imagine the noise would serve to mask our escape, should we need to withdraw temporarily. And there it is again. What I call the compliance of Final Fantasy XIV. Always gotta give an out to the player so they can do normal MMO stuff like play with their friends or do something that's not constrained to this one area. But you are prepared, are you not? I do hope so. If I were to be dragged away for sacrifice while you were haggling over the price of potions, I should not be amused. Right. They can have fun with it. Even if it's a little bit weird for you to be sneaking away during this crucial story moment, they can have fun with it, with lines like that. So where are we? Just kind of somewhere. And our escape route is, like she said, the river. Well, how do we even get in here? That's not our escape route. There's no clear entrance here, unless it's too dark on my TV for me to see. Is the entrance here? I can't see. It's actually too black on my OLED TV. Well, this is called the exit, so I guess we came from somewhere down there. Or that's not necessarily where we came from, it's just a potential exit following the river. We could have come from above, maybe? It's weird. I don't want to say we teleported in, that's just a cop-out. Whatever. Try to escape and we will break your fleshy legs. Your legs seem much more breakable to me. I guess our legs are about the same thickness, though. About. This guy just says the same thing, which makes sense, because they're of the one mind. Though I dismiss Master Alphinaud's concerns, I confess that I did wonder how the Nas might treat their prisoners. Happily, it would seem that they are not wont to harm sacrifices, nor even to disarm them. Plainly they imagine their god invulnerable. The plan goes better than expected. That's the problem with having one mind. If the one mind is stupid, everyone is stupid.
Now we have but to wait.
O Lord Ravana, master of the sacred blades, wrath of the colony, conqueror of the world, hear our prayer. Pray grant unto your devoted children the gift of your divine presence.
He comes.
What an entrance, right?
All strength to the colony. Speak and I shall listen.
Cool looking guy. And actually a lot of the weapons you can get from his trials and whatever, they tend to be, well, really cool looking, like his swords. Kind of the same color scheme or glow or whatever, even if they are bug themed, which has its own appeal, I guess.
Oh, glorious General, we have captured intruders and would make unto you an offering of their life's blood.
These feeble fleshlings dared to invade Natlands.
Hear me, Lord Ravana. My companion and I did not come to contest your children's territory.
This is your gambit? Well, let's see where it goes.
We wished only to learn the reason you wage war against the dragons.
Thou wouldst flirt with death merely to satisfy thy curiosity. Wherefore should the glorious conquests of the Nath concern thee so, Elezen? Ah, mayhap thine own kind struggle against the worms fareth poorly, and thou art desirous of a pact.
We crave no alliance, Lord Ravana. Only peace. We would bring an end to our war with the dragons. Yet so long as they remain embroiled in this conflict with your children, our goal shall remain out of reach.
Would a primal actually agree to like a pact like that? I guess they're more, well, they have their senses about them more than I think sometimes. Like they're more sentient than I believe in like later points in the story. I guess Ramu was kind of like that, right? He was kind of sentient. I mean, they're all sentient, they just kind of feel like they're puppets on a string sometimes, right?
Never before have the Nath risen up in such numbers, and never yet with you at their head. Why do you lead them to war?
Thy question hath no meaning. To live is but to fight. Long have my children waited, gathering their strength in the shadow of thy ceaseless conflict. The Nath would see the Dravanians slain, and their territory secured. And by such fervent prayers am I now given form and purpose.
As I feared, your very existence is an obstacle to our goal. Since you are so fond of fighting, we challenge you, Lord of the Nath. And should we emerge the victors, I would have you swear to withdraw your soldiers from Dravanian soil.
I'm not sure if she actually thinks that the primal is going to like uphold to that or something. Maybe she does.
Thou art bold indeed to risk thy fleshy hide so readily. Very well. I, Ravana, fourfold master of the blade, do accept thy challenge. But should I emerge the victor, I would have thee swear to serve in mine army till thy last breath is spent. Do you accept?
I do. And I believe the first bout is mine.
Oh, right. Right. She can just do this, huh? Shouldn't have put all of these crystals in the primal summoning room. I mean, obviously that's what you need them for, but now she can have them. This one's on our side now.
What is this? A god clad in flesh?
Is aught amiss, my lord? Thou wilt not break thy word, I trust.
Mine oath is unbending as steel, little goddess. Thy ruse will but add to mine enjoyment.
This kind of feels like a more classical kind of summoning. Like from an older Final Fantasy game. You're fighting a big guy and then you summon your own big guy to do fighting for you. Shiva used Diamond Dust. I recognize that attack from her trial. Oh wow.
I thought myself stronger. Mayhap with more crystals?
Be thou god or maid, thou art nothing to me. And what of thee, mortal? Art thou warrior or craven?
Could be both. We're both. We're so craven that we're gonna bring friends to fight you. Not sure there's a good lore reason for 7 other people to show up in this fight.
A warrior, then? Good! Mayhap thou will provide more sport than thy feeble companion.
Oh what, we're not doing it here? I mean, I know we're not doing it here, but... Guess he's backing off to lick his wounds. He got hit a bit harder than he'd like to admit. And now we have Doc as Doc. Forgive me, I was overconfident. And what about you guys? The rest of the colony is undefeated. Victory to the Ness. Yeah. Enjoy your victory for now. It's our turn. Do they all actually say the same thing? Like, really, because they are the One Mind? Yeah, I guess so. These guys are like... I would have expected the 2 NPCs that are named the same to just maybe not have the work to have different dialogue, but because this one has a different name, it does make me actually think that they did this on purpose, gave them all the same line because they're the One Mind. Makes sense. Alright, here we go. Donk as Donk hard. Our wait time says less than 5 minutes. Hopefully that's true. Like I said, since 7.2 came out, I was afraid that people would be too busy doing that to help anyone on the duty roulette or something. But it could be that people are just flooding the game right now, so there's a good amount of people, or there could be a good amount of people that are just Instead of starting on the actual story stuff in 7.2 or whatever else the raids, they're actually starting on doing their daily duty roulettes or something. Maybe. Gotta get those new tomestones of mathematics or whatever. And while we're waiting, I do actually want to get this part of the map. We didn't actually go down there like I thought. Hopefully this roulette pops, or this duty finder, that's what it's called. The finder pops before we finish up our choice here. I wouldn't mind if it popped before I got that map, that piece of the map. Always a safe way I can drop down. RP way down would be to spiral down that way, the way we were going. But you can just drop down. And there we go. There's the map. Well, I got the map piece and I'm still waiting for the finder. Do I pause the episode? I might as well, right? Let's find a good place to pause. Maybe we'll try to find the way back into the arena. The way back in is actually back over this way for whatever reason. The river, I guess, exits out over there, but the way that we were led in during the cutscene, I guess we were brought in through one of these caves or something? I would assume so. Oh, yeah, this makes sense. I guess we did teleport in like the other primals, huh? And this is where we unlocked Talk-Ass Talk, huh? It is, yeah. So yeah, I guess they did actually teleport us into that one room that seemed blocked off from everywhere else. At least that makes sense in a way. It's not just like a empty room with no door. Well, we're not going to leave Isael to be sacrificed on her own while we haggle for potions or whatever. We're just going to sit here until it's time for the trial to start. Yes, yes, very cool. We saw this entrance before. It was actually a short wait time. I'm glad for it. This is a cool fight, but I don't think we're going to see too much of it. This one tends to go by pretty quickly, like the other trials. There are a bunch of attacks that he does in the later portion of it. I don't think we'll get the chance to see certain mechanics to it. We will see some mechanics though, like this one. A lot of people are going to get reflected by that. Can't attack his sides when he does a seeing wing. And Prelude to Solder. Is that fast? I feel like that's fast, right? Maybe he always does that early on. I feel like Prelude to Solder is a phase change, but it's actually not. It's just another attack he does. Right, and then there's Solder. Bring this thing out. I noticed that now that I'm playing in multiplayer with the machinist, I'm kind of having some issues with clipping, especially on my heat combo. Like right here. It's hard to keep the global cooldown rolling because of the way ping works or whatever. Now we gotta take these out now. Otherwise they become a problem. As somebody with perfect range in the entire battlefield, I guess it's my job to do that. Or at least to help. I didn't hit that thing. That's what happens when you hit the shield. You get hit by Revengeance, like Metal Gear. I'm gonna save these, this meter. Which, I mean, I really don't have to. So I'm not going to. It's a cool attack. And now the walls are gone, or some of them are. So in this part of the fight you have to be careful not to be knocked off by standing too close to where there's no wall. There's also other attacks that we might not see, like this big combo he does on the main tank. Or the off tank, who was standing right next to me, or I was standing right next to him. Damn. Who was that? Who was I standing next to that made me get hit? I guess I was standing too close to monster Rainy Star Galaxies, rather. Yeah, he's got an attack that targets the off tank, but I didn't think I was anywhere near the off tank. Guess I actually have to pay attention. Well, we saw that attack. My turn. Unfortunately, we did not get to see the cool swift slaughter.
Thus does the sacred rite of combat proclaim the victor. I lay my blades at thy feet, child of man.
Alright, thanks for the quick raise, whoever raised me. I guess this person's like me, another machinist going through the story. And they scatter.
You do not disappoint, warrior of light. Would that I had your skill in battle. I do begin to see why so many place their faith in you. For all his savagery, I do not think Ravana one to break his word. Provided the dragons do not trespass upon Nath lands, they should have little to fear of the Primal's biting blades. We have done well, have we not? Come, let us return to Vidofnir and share these glad tidings.
So she does actually think that the Primal will keep his word. And maybe she's right, I mean, she's probably more knowledgeable about it than me, but... I just thought like we were going in here to kill the guy and then he would just be summoned again some other time. But maybe he'll actually keep his word. Of course.
Once more you achieve the impossible, bringer of light. But with every mortal heart that succumbs to fear and fury, another voice is joined to the chorus, beseeching divine succor.
This is a new one. Igyorn.
At their bidding, warring gods will shake the firmament, and your world will be consumed in the swelling storm of chaos.
These guys have been in the background ever since we started Heavensward. Not really contributing much. Until, well, just now and maybe later, if I'm remembering correctly. Heavensward is all about the dragons and the big war. The Ascians feel like second fiddle or something. And I guess the Primals and the Nas and anyone unrelated to the dragons and the Ascians are like third fiddle or something. Never since we first fought, have I seen you draw upon the full extent of your power, and never from afar till after this day. You were a marvel to behold, Komori. Yeah? You should see us when we have magic. We'll get that back one day. Well, 'tis time we rejoined our companions. They will be eager to hear the tale, and to continue our journey. No wait, what am I talking about? She has seen us as magic. That was the first time we fought her. That's exactly what she was talking about. I guess she's just saying that we're as good with a gun as we are with magic. Oh, faster way there. Oh, we've got more blue. I guess we unlocked some more Aether Current quests after that one. Well, we've got things to do now. No Aether Currents over here. But I do actually want to complete those quests that are part of the quest chain, like I said. And maybe even this quest down here at some point. Maybe. What to do in the remaining time, though? We can turn in the main quest. The most prudent use of my time would be to do one of these side quests. This would be a little bit early, wouldn't it? We haven't exactly delivered the news to Vidofnir, so I'm not sure we can comfortably accept quests from Annex Trine. So this would make the most sense, but I do want to get to these quests that are part of the chain, so maybe I'll just do one of those. Why is this called Melia? Is that like a reference to something? Like, is the etymology something relating to trees or something? The Atman's god is fallen then. Impressive, warrior of light. Komori, Lady Sail, thank the 12. We killed it. It was a big bug. Lord Ravana, you say? How curious that the Vast never mentioned his name. And you are quite certain he will keep his word? There was honor beneath his savagery. That we survived the encounter at all was a miracle. A miracle I must attribute to Komori. Never did I doubt you, warrior of light. Unlike some, you were gone so long that Master Alvinode here nigh lost his wits with worry, fretting like a maid for her sweetheart he was. Estinian, That's so very rude. How very like you. Estinian, was that truly necessary? Not truly necessary, but certainly true. He has a sense of humor. Ahem. What matters is that the primal is vanished, and our promise fulfilled. We should return to Vidofnir without delay. Lest you forget, this was but a means to secure an audience with the worm Hraesvelgr. Nidhogg's minions will not be halted by idle chatter. Come now. We must make every moment count. Off in a hurry he is. You are unkind, Estinian. For all his experience and intellect, Alphinaud is still but a boy. Getting a scolding. Oh good, we got Mount Speed just in time for the quest. You should have seen the boy fretting. 'Twas a sight to behold. I was about to say, tease him no more. Master Alphinaud is to be applauded for his sense of responsibility. Given his years, 'tis little wonder the burden weighs heavy upon his shoulders. These two. 'Tis natural for him to feel concern for his companions. I was surprised that we actually got like a back and forth from little side content, or a little side conversation. This is why I talk to people that aren't part of the main quest. You get real flavor, real juice like that. Sometimes. And we'll continue the main juice, the main quest, in a bit. I do want to... Okay, well, I was going to continue the side chain, the side quest chain, but now we've got this, so... Yeah, we'll do this. Great Hunter, we are honored that you have returned to our humble hive. There is something which weighs heavy on our mind. Very heavy. We have a newcomer to Los Asvas. He has not yet proved himself useful, and so he has no name. So determined is he to find his place, that he left the sanctuary to forage in the forests of the east. He has not returned. It has been difficult as of late, very difficult. We have grown hungry, and food remains scarce. The One Mind has seen to that. The Nameless One means well, but he is highly curious with his newfound senses. This makes him vulnerable. The forest is the domain of the hunters, and his intentions may be misunderstood, for men have not the means to tell Vas from Nas at a glance. Will you not lend us your assistance in finding him? Will you travel to the hunters of the east and ask if they have seen him? Sure. Kind hunter, generous hunter, you have our gratitude. Please make haste, so that the weight of our mind can be lifted. Okay. Quite a few blue quests around now. Actually, these might be the last few, like the last 3. That would make sense. What's our current standing? Yeah, these 3 and then one more current, which I think I know where it is. Anyone see a big bug? Like a really big bug? Is this thing running around because a giant bug came walking by? There you are. What are you doing? Stop that. I was hoping for a fine bird, and lo and behold, I capture a bloody nuss instead. Free yourself of these chains. Yes, we are the Nameless One. Have you been sent by the storyteller? Tell your hunter friend to release me at once. We are not of the One Mind. We are Vas. I don't care if he's a 2-headed bandersnatch. He isn't going anywhere. I'm detaining him for stealing our resources. Normally I'd say we're more lenient than the Nas in terms of territory, so long as they don't hunt in excess or attack us. But then this overgrown Valken comes and gobbles up the last gobbles up all the gissel greens we laid in our traps. Enough bait to keep a drove of chocobos sated for days. Gone, with nothing to show for it. So hungry we were, we could not help ourselves. Unable to hunt, unable to forage. We are no different from a parasite. If only we could find a way to release ourselves from this pitiful way of life. Well, if you insist. You misunderstand. Spare us our life. It is all we have. Aye, spare it he will. Stop tormenting this poor creature, Grimold. He doesn't know any better. We ain't savages, but we ain't charitable neither. You'll have to pay us back for the greens you ate. And seeing as you don't have anything of you on you of value, it looks like you'll have to work off your debt. Last I checked, we were running right low on arrow shafts. Harvest me some Melia branches and we'll call it square, eh? Very well. Release us and we shall do as you say. Of course I ain't fool enough to let him go off alone. I'd ask that you see to it that the beastman doesn't flee from his debt. And if he does, I'll have every hunter from here to the 100 throws after him for thievery. Got it? He didn't say got it, he said understand, but I guess I just felt like he would say got it. Ah, we are free. Much appreciated, hunter. Now then, to the smoldering wastes. Vas, what difference does it make? Pass all of them. That's racist. We're going over here then? Okay. We do have another blue quest to take here. We'll do that later. Gonna have to do all the blue quests and all of the quest chain to them. Before we leave the area, that is. And we are about to leave the area. I think we're pretty much done here. Even though this part of the map is pretty unexplored. We're going in this direction. This is actually a pretty sizable portion of the map unexplored. Maybe there's a bit more to do here. Trying to travel as quickly as possible. Straight line. As the crow flies, or as the black chocobo flies. This is not the right way. So they harvest Melia branches for shafts for arrows, huh? You can't just use a normal tree, they have to use the monster wood? I guess it's maybe sturdier or something. Well then, the storyteller must be waiting for us. We make for Los Vas. You intend to run away? Yes, we know. If we flee, we will never again be able to move freely. To the non-mind, independence is all. If we take too long, the hunters will surely come after us. Kind hunter, will you help us? We will not ask you to bear the entire burden. One sapling should be enough. We will gather the rest on our own. Gathering wood, huh? We shall search on our own. We are not a parasite. Fine. I was going to end the episode, even if you had more step quests. But since you just said one... Wait. All the way down there? You know what? Never mind. Komori changed her mind as soon as she realized how far she'd have to wander out. She is not going to help you with your little quest. She is going to stand right here, as your parole officer, and make you do it yourself. We're going to wait as long as it takes for you to get a move on. Now would be a good time to take a break.